Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, wah, 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 wah. Test, 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 test. Testing, wah, 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 wah. Test, 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 test. Testing, wah, 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 wah. Test, 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 test. Music. Alright, there we go. Now we can test. Alright, there we go. Now we can test. Alright, there we go. Now we can... Fine. America Man bad. Didn't do nothing. Character has a swollen eye, and this character has a wrenched shoulder. Guess we'll rest before we go down. We are where I stopped. I haven't streamed since last time. All we did was we went down into the Temple of Aethys in the first town, and we have cleared the first level. And I cheated past the bell puzzle because I already know how to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to rest. I think we want the damage reduction.
Huh?
Let me know how the volume turns out. I think I accidentally didn't have the volume on 100% in Windows last time, so I'm not sure if it's...
That's strange looking back. All the time
Oh yeah.
I spent here growing up.
Well, I'll do that
Seeing
for
what
next
was
time.
coming.
But
Yeah.
my CPU isn't really good enough to stream and play this game at the same time. But I have a video in card that I'm not currently using. But for next time, I'm gonna remember to install it
Right.
and set it up so the game will run at 60 FPS, preferably.
Right.
God damn. Turns out ghosts are hard to kill with swords, I guess.
Sure. Hmm. Huh?
Oh, no. No, don't follow me.
Found something. Hey.
How bad?
I think they're... Now you can't really tell. You can see up in the left corner when you hover over them, like how much damage reduction and defense they have. Learn more when you hit them, but I'm guessing spirits have like high damage reduction versus conventional weapons or something. I don't know. Maybe not.
Let's go.
Hi.
Hmm. Finished.
And a ring of protection. Yeah, instead of this one. This is the crap ring you get when you order the game or whatever.
I'll
It's
get
terrible.
it open. Finished.
Two-handed S-stock. No, that I can't use that because it doesn't count as a great sword.
Yeah. Huh?
Hi. Of course. Hi.
Come on. Whoa, whoa, shit. I think I accidentally almost attacked my dude.
Huh?
Hey.
I think my formation's messed up. Supposed to be... it seems to think that I'm using that one, but...
Mm-hmm.
I like it. is supposed to be in the front.
Aye? Yes.
Huh?
Need to level up sneak so I can sneak around. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey.
Aye?
Let's go.
Yeah. Yes.
A little further. Oh, it's too far.
Shot.
Oh. Oh.
Aztec birds and rock.
Holy shit, it's getting wrecked.
Lava beyond seek.
And he's down. Wait, he got up again? Come. Is that like some skill he has or something? Fighting spirit. Second win. Whatever. He got up again, I guess. Alright, dude.
Aye?
Hey.
And she's down.
Huh?
I'll heal.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping an eye out.
Found something.
Keeping an eye out.
Hey, I had 6 viewers, now it's just 3. Weird. All disappeared. Saves
I'll get it
coming.
open. Finished.
Yes?
Feel like I should
I'll
rest,
see what I
but
can find.
sure. YOLO.
Hey.
Or like a pair of good wireless headphones as well. I bought a pair, but they're awful. But I guess that's what happens when you buy cheap. You can't use them. Like, it has a microphone, but you can't voice chat with them. Like the bandwidth isn't. Like, it uses Bluetooth, but the bandwidth isn't large enough to handle the codec, so it has to switch to like a phone codec or something. Holy shit! Stop dying! Fucking Christ, dude! I'm gonna legit die. I think he legit died. Well, that's a load. And just don't sit on them. I think I've broken like pair of headphones by sitting on them.
Sure.
Can we aggro just a few? Doesn't quite seem like it. Kind of annoying to position yourself thing without party members. It says, I don't know. He was within the yellow, but he still got hit. I think it's because we're like in his standing in the stairs or something, so it's not right.
Yes.
Quite right. I assume. Yeah, it's not doing anything.
That's it.
Sure. Keeping quiet.
What's that? Oh my. Time to start reading. The light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of a standing figure. Features a blur of mist or smoke before the world tilts. As if you have stepped sideways into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a weaving circle of torchlight. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic and your robes alike follow your steps, and you nearly stumble before a hand reaches out to grip your arm and steady you. A fellow acolyte who smiles encouragement as you reach the bottom. Run around and past the shallow reflection pool that mark the lowest point of the temple, following the dark shapes of the older priests as they lead the way to the hall that leads to the vault. Pass one of the torchbearers as you go. Harsh illumination of the flames reveals a familiar face. For a moment, your awareness spans time and identity, and you think Wharton has joined you, here at the bottom of the temple. In the memory, he glances at you for a moment, and then looks past at someone else. I'll come back once they're gone, he's saying. You're being pressed along by the crowd, and his words are growing faint. Just keep quiet, we can't take any chances. Inside the vault, golden relics gleam like welcoming stars. The memory twists, jarring you loose from one moment and plunging you into another like a flung ball. There is only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded, until the knowledge settles into you like a cloak. The candles have all burnt away. You know now too, with a sick certainty, that nobody is coming. There's a cracking noise, somewhere to your left, a wet slurping gurgle, and a ragged sob. You cannot see, and so you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, and which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear in the faint murmuring to your right a familiar cadence of prayer, but you no longer recognize the words. You're too tired to do harm. The thirst is like fire within you. Your tongue is thick in your throat, and every breath is a struggle that leaches strength from you. There is a light, they said, at the end of every bout of darkness, but this one doesn't know. Spirit releases you, and you come back to yourself, in pieces. Your vision clears, and the vault around you is revealed once more, cast in muted hues by the sickly luminous souls still drifting like fading fog. Fear wafts over the spirit in waves, fraying at your own emotions. What are you so afraid of? You're already dead! Lying bastard! I'll see he pays for that. For this, I'm gonna go with that one. Feel a lashing coil of anger and fear from the soul. Before it floats downwards to settle by the remains, it does not move towards you again. No matter how many times I see you staring up at nothing, it doesn't get less weird. Well, I did come here to gather the remains, so. Spend a few moments gathering up what you can find of the bones. Proves a heavy and gruesome burden, but you manage to recover them all.
Huh?
And we've got a bunch of corpses.
Keeping an eye out.
Check for loot after we just scooped up some corpses. There it is. Spirit shield.
I've got it. Finished.
Gaunt's share. 30% of grace is converted to hits. This is a a negative crit. I think this is a very unnecessary mechanic. It's a hit, but it's not quite a hit. Like, okay, I guess. Why? What? Into just ghosts?
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't even like accuracy, but because I don't really think it serves a purpose. Oh shit. Holy crap! He's my fighter, he has the most health, he has the biggest armor. He dies in like 2 milliseconds. Every time.
Get your blood!
Oh, we are so dying here. Okay. Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. But it's like almost nothing. Well, I guess we'll do. Only that guy left, so if we're lucky. I don't think we're gonna be lucky. Down. This guy has no chance of taking him down. Yep. Hey man, what's up? I died. Um.
Hey,
We have any other shields? Oh. Should have some potions at least. Ah.
of course.
Try this again.
Yeah.
Hey, hey. Of course.
Oh, you can't walk there.
Right.
Target that guy. It's stunned. Find them.
Let's go.
No, you haven't missed anything. Like, all I've done since last time is walk down these stairs and kill some ghosts. Oh, yeah, I did find... we went down here to look for some corpses of the priests who tended the temple, and we found the corpses, and I saw a vision of the guy who asked us to come down here, basically locking them in here. Like, he left them here, because he thought they were safe there, but then he never came back. God damn, stop knocking him down! You piece of shit!
Yeah.
Yes!
Huh? Let's go.
Knockdown, I think this is a win. But you never know! Oh yes!
That's not very helpful.
Sure. Yeah.
Laying low.
Traps? Any traps? Okay, no traps. +1 resolve, +1 perception. Concentration and will and deflection defense. Perception is accuracy and reflex. Anything else? No. Okay, then we will not put it on. The tank will put it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here we have a pair of stairs that we are not going to go up. Oh, he's been burned. -2 dexterity, -H damage reduction from burn. Gonna finish exploring first.
Keeping an eye out. Hey.
Oh shit.
Okay. I shall deal with this one.
Let's go.
And here we're starting to see more damage reductions. Look in the top left, you can see it says damage reduction 8, and then it says like fire, ice, and lightning numbers after and question marks. Because I guess we're not entirely sure how much. Somewhere around there. But I don't do any of those, so whatever.
I shall be discreet.
That was a note. This letter is fairly intact, though the parchment itself has been crumpled. Yes, sir, I know that the temple baths boast great healing properties, and that your back ails you still. Still, I would ask that, if you are to indulge for the greater part of the day, you give over your key to the sanctum to someone else for safekeeping. This is not the first time we have been forced to wait to perform the day's rites, and Rectrix Obrica is often too far below to hear our knocking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
Yeah.
oh, go back in. Holy shit!
Damn it.
Well, that's fine, I guess.
hey. You're not getting through me.
Flanking is really important in this game. It makes you hit things.
Mm-hmm.
Die.
Right.
Helpful?
Where do you see X? Here somewhere? There. Oh, it's bestiary progress. So we've been fighting enough shadows to unlock 100% of the bestiary information. So I assume we earned 108x. I don't know exactly why it says 108 out of 108, but what I imagine is that you unlock partial information while you're fighting this monster or this monster type. So like when you've unlocked 25% of it, you've earned 25% of the X from it. I think that's just it.
Right.
A key! Oh wait, I already unlocked the door. It has healing properties. Let me drink it. Let me drink the bath water. But yeah, I didn't mentioned it just now, but next time we see a monster, we'll look at it.
Keeping an eye out.
I don't want to spam rest too much because you only have, like, you have to spend logs or whatever, firewood, to camp, and I only have 2 more. Trying to camp as little as possible.
Found something.
A lot of traps.
How bad? How bad?
Let's go.
Holy shit! Don't kill me.
Hey,
Let's have it out.
Oh, could use a wee. kid.
Hey.
Gonna be fine. You're gonna make it. I gotta say, I don't regret picking Rogue. Does a shitload of damage with sneak attack. My two-handed sword Rogue.
Keeping an eye out.
Finished.
Of will. Let's just put it there. Uh-oh.
Look.
Hey.
Yeah, if you look at the box in the top left, you can see the information about it. You know, now we know that it's immune to disease, cobalt poison, sickened, stuck, ground, which I assume is knockdown. We know how much damage reduction it has. I think like the defenses. I think the first one is deflection, which is 36, and I think that's basically what your accuracy goes against to see if you are actually hitting stuff. But like when you unlocked all information, you can see, because most enemies have like they have 8 damage reduction, and then they have maybe they're wearing plate mail, and plate mail is very strong versus slashing damage, and I think piercing damage, but it doesn't have additional defense versus blunt. So if you, and in this game when you pick a weapon specialization, you get like a kit. You get like great sword, maybe a mace, a bow, whatever. So if you have multiple weapons, you can switch. I'm not a huge fan of the whole switching weapon thing, but I don't know. I understand. You know, it's interesting to be able to change what weapon you're using, I guess, but it's not really fun in practice.
Hey. I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Shh. Don't suppose we could rest a spell. Shh. Shut up. Everything here? Save. I keep pressing Q to quick save because I've been playing Icewind Dale, but it's not Q. Q turns on half speed. That doesn't help. Now I think we're done here. We just need to go up here. Oh! Hiccup. Let's read with the hiccups. As you step over the circle of candles, you hear a rattling clunk from the wall nearby. A door slides open with a grinding rasp of stone.
Huh?
Candles flicker gently as you approach. There's a gap above the altar, lined with broken glass, where a mirror may once have been set into the wall.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
Snuff a candle! What's all this for?
Redemption. They got this whole right for when you come of age. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine.
He winks.
They take you to that reflecting pool back there, and you're allowed to look at it so you can face your sins. Then, you come out into this room and they uncover your eyes again and everyone's there to greet you, all your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
Adir's eye lingered on the candles. He seems for a moment to be a younger man.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
Hmm.
It was nice to see those candles still burning. I figured they'd have gone out by now.
Hey,
Well met,
asshole.
friend.
Wharton smiles nervously as you approach. Think I've sorted out the worst of it. Arm's hurting a little less. He hesitates. You were down there a while. Did you find anything? His eyes dart constantly about the ruins. Something you're nervous about? No, of course not. Just never good to linger around these places, that's all. Wharton gives you a searching look. Did you find anything? Have to separate them out yourself. It's a bit of a mess. Lied to me. What? Wharton grins uncertainly. I was clear about everything. The risk involved. Is that what you mean? I did say that there'd be spiders, and I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. Might. Lift Wharton off his feet. I'll crack your head in two if you lie to me again. No, I like the more finesse approach. Even though I also like the might approach. You're very nervous for an honest man. Something weighing on your conscience, maybe? Wharton opens his mouth to protest, but something in your expression stops him. He swallows nervously and looks away. Voice, when he speaks, is small. How did you... How could you betray them? They trusted you. Wharton makes a strange, wounded noise. Betrayed? I was never one of them. Mad followers of the Shattered God. If I could have chased them all out of town, if you don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day, every single day. I went to that temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and Reddick wouldn't be patient forever. Every time they'd shrug it off. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. Like it wasn't costing me coming in to try to help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. Worked for Redrick. Wharton gives a bleak laugh. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I held a blade. He hesitates. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in here. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave they ignored. The rectrix, she said they'd been reborn anyhow, so it didn't matter. I actually don't know how to pronounce this word. A grimace? Is that it? Grimaces. So she got what she wanted. Her martyrdom. Redrick ordered us to round them up, lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide at least. They have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of the Durwood, back to Adir. But when I told the men that the priests had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. Wharton shakes his head. There was nothing I could do. Adir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. They were some of the last decent folks left in this hole. Now all we've got left is people like you. Why did you send me down there? Because if Lord Raedric means to have the temple cleared, they would have found the bones eventually. They'd known I lied to them. When I said the priests left... Oh, they'd known I lied to them when I said the priests left. I'd hang. Wharton's shoulders sag. I don't know if Raedric would have killed them. Maybe they'd be languished in cells now. Maybe they'd be off somewhere in the Empire and I'd have a nice peace. I told you the way of it, Wharton says, his voice. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. You're a coward, Wharton, but that's no crime. Give me my money and get out of my face. Wharton stammers, bewildered. He grasps at his belt in a panic and finally pulls a fat coin purse out for you to take. The moment it's in your hands, he takes off, scrambling to get away. Well, that was the temple. We should go and take a nap.
Hail, traveler.
Like a room, please. Still just the common room. God damn, the others are expensive.
Well met, friend.
She sells fire, camping supplies. Your potion. Is that shit? They're expensive as fuck. How far is the max? Okay. Yep. My candy.
Hmm.
Let's go kill that bear. The one that was in the beginning. Oh, saving with Q.
Hey.
Down.
That's it.
Boom. Holy shit, magic missile is so fucking overpowered. Did like 50 damage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
figure drifts, suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. Feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. Reach out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you have been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble, helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. Follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There's a roar like thunder, echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there's a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain. But in a moment of terrible clarity, you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. Then there is a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the spectre lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. Met him on the road, your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'll find him, see that he answers for what he's. For a moment the spirit seems to burn, bright, and your head fills with a sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exultation, growing fainter and fainter, until you're alone once more. Okay, hold on, just googling what the hell an exultation is. Exultation. Okay, I know what that means. Feeling of triumphant elation or jubilation. I would have just expected that it would be spelled with an A, but I guess not.
Yeah.
I want to level up. Yeah. And now, this is a little bit of a thing that I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, after you've done this, I'm not sure they ever reference Ingrid, which is the house that I'm in right now. So, to finish this quest, you kind of have to just stumble upon it or know where to go, like I do. Fine, but it's like you kind of have to just walk through every house with a, you know, point of interest thing on the map on it. This man and woman appears to have been in deep conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace, until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Welcome.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Nanton? Nanton coughs. Yes, I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclines his head. Glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted? You seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and she looks at Nanton. Well, in truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. Nanton reaches to take her hand. It's time for some new scenery, he says. And what really happened in that bear cave, Nanton? The color drains from Nanton's face. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. You accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Nanton, touching his arm. This is about the accident. We're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Nanton shakes his hand minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? I had a vision. Why did you do it? He was your friend. Like, I could tell him that I had a vision, but like, that's just crazy talk. So let's push him instead. Why did you do it? He was your friend. Anton hesitates. Then his expression darkens. My friend. He was a cruel enough man to his friends. You didn't know him. You wouldn't defend him if you did. His hand falls to his sword belt. Anton, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pain. Nanton, we met and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind who cared for me. Please. All we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We have some coins saved up. You could have it if you'll only let us go. Hmm. Thinking what I want to say to them. My character isn't the kind of character that would be like, no, whatever your reasons, you caused a man's death, I'm taking this to the magistrate. No, he's more like frontier justice, or barely even that. I think I'm gonna go with, I don't need your coin, go get out of my sight. Just cause like, yeah, okay, I get it. Whatever, you killed someone. I've done that. Ingrid breathes out shakily. Yes, we will, thank you. Thank you for your compassion. Let's go, Nanton. We have a long way ahead of us.
Huh?
Huh? Sector. Broken stone. I'm not gonna read that shit.
Found something.
Yes, hidden stash. Alcohol. Bucko. Yep, chewing tobacco. Grappling hook. Camping supplies. Have the maximum. But now we have a grappling hook, and that means we can go back to that wall on the first map where we couldn't climb up earlier because our athletics is too low. grappling hook. Climb to the top. And there's gloves of dexterity. There to do action speed. Action speed and reflex defense. So that guy really scrawled letter. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world, if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of all the beasts circling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be a trapper of wolves. Fulvano. Let's find that guy. I wasn't expecting there to be much, but yeah, you can equip those. Nice. Well, now I do know of a few other quests, I think. If this one triggers here, I'll do it, otherwise I'm leaving, because I don't feel like... Yeah. I just don't feel like doing all of the quests that I know about, like, without finding them. In a way that makes sense. Just to keep it a little bit roleplay. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainer, I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame, we'll have a reckoning. Isn't Ingrid the wife of the guy that died? Yeah, exactly. I don't know when you said that. Sorry. I think it was a while ago. Turn on timestamps. An elven man stands before you. His relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and a woman exchange worried glances. Miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back. Get back, if you value your life. I don't like being threatened. We have that in common then, Trumbull says, raising his chin a little. Oh, is he proud of that? With all the poison swainers dripping in their ears, it's not going to be long before someone decides they'd rather do things the messy way. I won't let anything happen to my family. Swainer. The dwarf. The one standing out there spreading lies among the villagers. Bastard's been here for decades. and he hasn't gotten any kinder with time. Miller hesitates, then lowers the club a fraction. Were you? Is Swain roping foreigners into his little crusade now? What was all that ruckus outside? Trumbull shakes his head. Where to begin? Swainers whipped them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores, claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale. Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town, the crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, Trumbull gestures to the sacks and containers, it's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat. I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer's howling after the things he has no right to. Like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. Trumbull frowns. It's not. He pauses. Look, Swainer's always been a rotten bastard. His store's so limited, maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Afra, for instance, she's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Villagers know about the grain supply? Trumbull looks embarrassed. Some. The innkeeper, for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. Innkeeper? Trumbull winces. I wouldn't drink the ale, that's all I'm saying. Maybe I ought to have a talk with Swainer then. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you can convince him. Okay.
Well met, friend.
Nope. Swainer, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Gods keep you.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Aleph narrows his eyes. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. He wrinkles his nose. Smells like it, too. I saw you outside the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fancied themselves a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town, on account of he's got the mill to his name. The dwarf's jowls quiver with rage. What are jowls? I see that sometimes. Jowls. Lower part of a person or animal's cheek. Okay, so it's like fat lumps. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we're bringing, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich of their crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now show off. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids, purest soul in all of Gilded Vale. The dwarf sneers. Coward sending out messengers to handle this business? Well, you can go and tell him haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him, and we can't afford a good drink on account of him. But we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. Hmm. What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? Swainers considers it briefly. He looks to the others. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and might be I'll feel up to trading words.
Hail, traveler.
I'd like to buy a round for the fine fellows over there. Fine fellows? You're having me on. Any more fighting and I'll have to ban Swainer from the inn entirely. The innkeeper frowns. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. No, can we skip it? No. Here you are. Right then, here, 3 drinks for 3 fools. Just take care with them. They're a hot-tempered bunch.
Good day to you.
Got the drinks. Hey, so you have, by the flame. I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of Blackhound's shit beer. Gods, that's good. Alright then, you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Tell me more about what's going on. It's like I said. The miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact that folks like Opera pay half what we do. Dwarf sighs. And maybe we've been a bit rough with it. But what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're gonna starve. And do you think Trumbull's going to be sorry about it when we do? Look, there's no sense in threatening the miller. Have him up against the wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. Spinner eyes you for a few long moments, drinking deep from his mug. Then he sighs. Alright. Things go on like they are, we're just gonna end up hanging from that tree out there. Looks to his comrades. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs a hand around the inn?
Hail and well met.
Up, 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 up.
Hello.
I'm chewing. Trumbull nods a curt greeting. You're back. Have you had any luck with Swainer? I spoke to Swainer. Trumbull takes a deep breath. And? What did he say? I convinced him to leave your family in peace. Why, that's... Really? That's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through them. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. I owe you a great debt. Here. He pulls a coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. today's earnings to show my appreciation. You can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. That's really all you can afford? Yeah, glad to help. Now we stand a chance of getting through the year. Trumbull smiles broadly. All thanks to you. Safe travels, friend. Bye. And now we are going to start heading to Kednua. Can go road east here, but that leads to Redrick's manor, and Redrick is a piece of shit, so I'm not gonna go there. So instead we go to Margren's Fork. Oh, what's that? Wolf.
Hey. Let's go.
Shit. Fast behavior. Hmm. I just want everyone to be on aggressive. Just so they don't just stand around and look stupid.
Yes. I shall deal with this one.
Whoop. Nice. One athletics. No. Well, that's a lot of endurance for 1 point. Yeah, let's do one athletics. But I want stealth. Talent. Plus 150 melee damage from stealth. Allows the character to temporarily turn invisible. Plus 10% crit chance. Still outside with headphones? What are you doing? I like that you can pick like some minor class functionality from the other classes instead of them having straight up multi-classing. You know, I can pick Acolyte's Radiance here. It's the priest's class ability, which is like an AoE heal. And it also does AoE burn damage. I can also pick, like, I get a wizard spell. I basically just get magic missile once per encounter, but I don't think any of the remaining ones fit my character except for Outlander's Frenzy, which is the barbarian skill. Don't remember. I don't think we. No, we didn't pick the greatsword specialization last time. So I think we'll do that. Accuracy is very nice. A lot of accuracy too, 6. So yeah, let's go with +6 greatsword accuracy.
Hmm.
Saw you in the flames.
Saw me in the flames? Squatting at the base of this statue is an incredibly ugly man, with bulging red cheeks raked by pox scars and a scraggly beard. He is sweating, as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. That comparison feels strange and unwelcome. Next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. And then out of nowhere, there's a hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue.
Question mark is barely there as the man makes the statement. The statue takes on a reddish cast. One is holding a torch to it, and then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow. If that's enough of a promise for you.
I swear,
If not,
I swear before the whore that is Magron. Choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. Examine the statue. The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat. So much so, you wonder if it's some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it, or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. Study the man. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magron cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned out at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across a fire, and then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and calloused, they bear no burn or scorch marks. Focus your gaze on the staff. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash, once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was once something far more dangerous, but not now. Strange choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. The man smiles slightly at your words, then nods, never taking his eyes off you. I could do better, though the road holds little else. His eyes run the length of your frame, and he follows it with a sneer. Until now.
The world holds many whores we worship. Respect comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways. But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
At your name, or why you want to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
How did you know I was a watcher? Durance shakes his head, and his hand curls tightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away, one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours, all tightened up like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their muling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
What kind of marks?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand. As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit, but it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
Yeah, Durance is a pretty interesting character. If your stone mistress there allows it, then come on.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
What?
What?
Huh?
What?
Sure.
Vagrant, goddess of war and flame. Oh yeah, the
What?
priest has this is the Holy Radiance ability. A lot of things, and you can spec it so it does even more. Burn damage. And plus accuracy. And frightened. Dexterity, resolve, and accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like in Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights. You have clerics who are mainly the healers. You know, druids can heal too, but in this game, cleric. I don't think cleric is even a class. You have priest instead. But I guess it's kind of the same. I think you can just specialize. I mean, you can just use full plate and whatever and play it just like a cleric. So I guess it's pretty much the same thing,
Hey,
more or less. Conic projection. I think this is the skill I use.
What?
For damage reduction sounds alright. And this skill is good because it just a huge AoE and it both does damage and heals. Magic missile. Magic missile. Magic missile.
hey.
What? That's it.
Level up. I know. One athletics just for the heal, one survival just to get +1 protection, and less than. This skill paralyzes for 10 seconds, which is pretty much a guaranteed win. I should probably grab that one. But I also want mirror image. Let's go with mirror image. Get a feat. Okay, now I might change my mind. Just got Arcane Veil. Basically mirror image. Twice per rest for free. Go back and switch this to Fetid Caress. Cane Veil. I want him to tank, so. Yep. Weapon and shield style, or deflection. Right now he's getting hit way too much.
Keeping quiet.
Hello. Oh, hello there. Begging your pardon, but you gave me a good fright. I thought I heard something rustling through the brush. Suppose that was just you. Silly of me. Don't suppose you happen to need some supplies. I thought I'd make my way over to Matimer's Bridge. Matimer Bridge. But I'm starting to think I'd be better off heading back to town and getting a few more folks together. Better safe than sorry, right? Say, did you hear something? Apparently.
Yeah.
Every star in the sky, thank you. I've never seen these beasts so bold before. Strange times we're in. Here, take these. I'm headed back to Gilded Vale for certain, and you can make better use of them. Potions.
Nice and slow.
You find plants everywhere, but I don't think I've ever used them.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Ghost. Ghost saw me. Forest troll. Hello there. Yeah, let's go with the damage reduction.
How
may I help? Navaru, be
Yeah.
Moleskin. Piece of parchment is torn and flecked with blood and troll spittle. What little of it remains reads, "Worried he may have come to harm. Once I reach Defiance Bay, I will hire guys to take me back west in safety, and see if we can't find Fulvano. Present, I regret my eagerness to be away from you. Very dark." So this is part of the same gang from the guy we found. Climbed up that thingy. Buddy. Now let's keep that there.
Yeah.
There! That one! Get that one! Hey guys. That. Down. Oh, okay, they just shot him with something.
What?
Good arms. Let's go. Let's go.
That's it!
Well, currently we have 4 people, but 6 is the maximum party size. Here we found a new grimoire. Rana's orders. Seems I have no choice but to provide you with instructions. Raedric's forces are spread thin, and the road through the wilds to the south of Gilded Vale lie unguarded. Given these favorable circumstances, I'm sure that even you two can manage to handle a peasant or two. The archer tell me that Kolsk's men made to the south after their escape. If you should happen to retrieve one of their number, I may be convinced to forgive your previous mistakes. For the last time, you are to keep clear of Defiance Bay. Know that if you cannot be trusted to acquire a useful specimen with even a modicum of discretion, I have no qualms whatsoever about using what materials I think I recognized the name Kolsk, but I don't really remember. But anyway, a grimoire is basically just another spellbook, but other people might have other spells in their spellbooks, and you can, I can unequip the one I have and equip this one instead, and it has other spells memorized, or I can try to learn these spells. But I'm just gonna Oh, that's what ground means. It just means spells that are on the ground, like Entangling Root or whatever. Not mean knockdown. Oh, hello there. Confused.
Sure.
Oh, not much in here. Did I loot that? Oh there. Pigs.
Let's go.
Shit. Yeah, it's dangerous to disengage.
That's it. There's a lesson to be taught.
Let's go.
Kill the boar! Kill the boar!
Huh?
That's everything. But I think we'll stop there. Bit shorter stream than last time, but I also intended to stream other days, but I just didn't get to it. In 2 hours. But depending on what happens this weekend, I might stream more. Tomorrow or Sunday. I'm also gonna link my YouTube on my Twitch page later. So I'll upload the archives there. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. And see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.